Conversational Cree on CFWE.
Konnichiwa, nagbetagutana na kami nuta kapag akiugata Convo Cree kay tamim Jim Cardinal yan si Kaswan. There's quite a few of us gathering here, and we're all going to tell stories. We've got a storyteller today. But the first segment may be just mostly about introduction, and we're sitting in a teepee, and we're all gathering here just kind of to tell stories to the young people, and some of our culture is sharing our Cree stories. We'll introduce everybody that's in here.
Earl Hamlin, Irene, and Lawrence Gusta.
Okay.
Tanse.
Tanse Nisigusa and Cindy Hamlin from Buffalo Lake Métis Settlement.
Okay.
Naheelan, Aaron Berland, Irene, and Lawrence's granddaughter.
And
Tanse Mackenzie Biolo.
Breeze Berland, Matsina.
Tanse Brian Berland, Sigasso, Ute Big Bay.
Tanse Lawrence Jr., Big Bay.
Tanse Rachel Sharon, Project Coordinator for Region 1 M&A.
Tanse Ali Janvier.
Tanse Josh Berland, Irene and Lawrence Berland's grandson.
Bryce Chegaho Kokom.
Irene Berland. Tanse Rachel Nia, Big Bay.
He's going to introduce himself, and he's going to start a story about setting up a TV. The junior. Oh my God.
Hello. Nia Lawrence Berland, Sigasso, Stayo South, Big Bay Man, Sigatamo. Eguma Chmoon, Kea Sisuma, Kamam Scutamanki, TP Gitawe, and the Goya. As Chipogangum, Negmana, Kanu Wategi, Prospector 10 Sigato. But anyways, so we went to town, me and my wife, in Junior with the white dad. So I'm gonna have a few beers. Hey, you want me to pitch up your TP, Dad? Well, you know how? Oh yeah, it's not that hard. Can be. I said, okay, go ahead. We went to town, me and the wife, we come back. Boy, something looked really funny, eh? This TP, they're standing around there laughing, and I got off my vehicle and I said, well, how come this thing is looking like this? What kind of TP is this anyways? Boy, I started looking closer and closer. Chiganesa, that was Dad. He said, you need a crane to put this thing up, first of all. Well, I said, why? Boy, can't stone him on, that's my prospector. Then he put the pole right through that hole. There's a hole for your stovepipes on these tents, right? He put that pole there, and they lift it up like that. Now, it's hanging there. Oh, what a thing, what a sight to see, eh? I never seen it that way before. Well, I'm not a pro at putting up TPs anyways, but that was one story. And this other story is Chaos. Those guys, we were just young boys wanting to go to town. In them days, if we missed a train, well, either that we have to walk to town or try to hitchhike. There's hardly any vehicles on a highway. So my dad had an old 1957 Chevy truck, but there was a little bit something wrong with it, like the differential. We call it re-run. They go on East Tasman, a king, Lloyd Deserley. He lived towards Shaw Lake of Tesa. And but we grew up together. Oh, tatago Nistas, let's go to town. Well, I said, my truck is down. I said, well, it's not really my truck. Well, what's wrong with it? I said, I'd rerun. There's something is not right there. Oh, Nistas, I'll fix it. Oh, King, he's right into it. I said, what do you want to fix? Oh, I'll check it anyways. I'll fix it.
Keep going.
He drained all the oil. Looked out, I was watching him, eh? Put everything back together. Oil signal on. nouns weapon on boy. We comb our hair. Lots of Brill cream, hard on Brill cream them days. Oh,
I remember that.
second old Elvis Presley. Anyways, when we hit the highway here, boy, get that to King was boy, and he said, oh man, he said, just like brand new, eh? I said, yeah, from Michigan. And all of a sudden, just like I hit the ground on his side, get that to, I look on his side window, beside me, beside the King, passenger side, and I said, hey, where's the tire coming there? Oh, and he says, I don't know. That axle came right off. Kakyo, niti, in the ditch, eh? Boy, these shots we got off, eh? Oh, and these shots, I forgot to put that half moon key on it. That was the story of the day. That's all I got to say. I don't know.
Oh my God! We're just enjoying ourselves here, and the young people just sitting back, taking it all in. And you know, man, when we're talking about speaking Cree and all that stuff. So you don't have to speak Cree to become part of it. And you know, like you get that feeling of being involved, even though you are not that you don't speak Cree. This language, it invites you. It goes to your soul. It goes to inside you and become part of it. All you need is the Cree thinking in your body. And what do you mean by Cree thinking? Is we all carry that think and Cree thinking. We all have that in us because that's who we are. And that's who we will always be. So you don't have to be a Cree speaker to be part of these stories. And but Lawrence did a great job. But and if you have any stories and stuff like that, Lawrence, what did he do at that prospector tent after? Did he get a crane? That's the question. Did you get a crane, Lawrence? That's my question. He might tell us that he got Junior to climb up there himself. He was the crane. We'll see where it goes to. And we're going to take a little short break. Hang around and we'll tell more stories and we'll get young people more involved if there's someone who wants to tell stories. I figured we'd do our Convo Cree a little bit different today, and I think this is a great thing. And the Naskamun, hi. We're back again for the second round. We are one more time. When we took that short break, and what we're going to talk about, we're going to keep going with Lawrence. He's the oldest, and he's the best storyteller. He's got the most experience. Do me first. Look at that.
Okay, beta butano también tiene pedote ana women pendoto e kakio. Eu mam skuta mano mai ke asma na pig feet kisikateo. Eu nang mane gimitia yo agimpai wikstama. Eu hire. Muge asuta. About a couple years ago ngeton. Boy, them skin pig feet mo. Kata smuke asegi man. I didn't even know they have pig feet yet. So now I gotta buy a box. I bought a box, big it done. Or kiss some Irene, my wife. Next day, no some Erinoa. It will no some pig. Boy, boy, where's your meat on dips hooked on? I had a good feast. In Dr. Suma, boy, I had pig feet. I said, oh, okay, I just make meat you on the anywhere because no. Get out the hotel, no small. Mushroom, what? Did you say you ate pig feet? I said, yeah. Oh, what's there to eat?
Oh my God! I guess we look at him. What is there to eat in pig feet? I asked these guys if I can meet you, and we used to eat them years ago. And no, I never see them anymore. No, I shouldn't say that because I had what's called I went to visit a friend in Edmonton, and they were having pig feet, and it was good. Yeah, he barbecues them, right? He barbecues them, and then he put all sauce in it. Oh, yeah, when we extend, it was really good. You know, it was really good. Maga, and Erin's going to tell us a little bit about her job and a little bit about the pig feet, maybe, and her singing. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this young lady can sing. Very good singer. We do have a couple songs on the radio by her, and it was mostly home recording. I know that, but I'll get Candace to find that song, and maybe we'll do one or two here in the next few days. Oh my God, hi. Oh, Erin Kiewa.
Hi, I'm Erin. I can't speak Cree, but I do have a story, not about the pig feet. I don't remember that one, but my mushum, he's a trapper, so I remember one time I was staying here at the house, sleeping over because my parents were busy, and Mushum said, Erin, come here, I have to show you something. You have to come outside, though, it's on the deck. And I thought he was bringing a surprise or something, so I was getting pretty excited. And I come out on the deck, and there's just a big moose head on the deck, just a head. And I got so scared, I hid in my Uncle Greg's bedroom, just cried for so long, and Mushum felt so bad because it scared me so bad. So that doesn't scare me anymore, but it did when I was a little kid. And yeah, right now I'm in Calgary. I'm in my second year nursing. I'm going to be working as an HCA, a healthcare aide in Cochrane. So I work with quite a bit of residents that are from Stoney Nakoda, actually. So it's pretty cool to be Métis and try and connect with them. I don't know if I'm the only Indigenous student in my facility, but definitely there's a few of us, so I'm definitely trying to be proud of my culture and talk about it as much as I can, especially being from Laklavish and being raised here with my Kukum and Mushum, so there's a lot of things to be proud of.
Amakatapwe, the meeting on Kia Tumerson, Kia draw a little bit, and some of the things you do in Buffalo Lake. If I touch it, don't worry about it.
It's Earl Hamlin from, I reside in Buffalo Lake Métis Settlement, where my wife is from, but I was raised here, and one short story there, my dad, he's a tradesman, he's an iron worker, along with my brothers, a couple of them are iron workers.
Yourself?
And myself, Dad told me to go to Edmonton, go to the hall, son, and get a job. And he didn't say which hall, but anyway, I went up into the Boilermakers Union, and then there's the pipe fitters or iron workers. So I went to the Boilermakers Hall, and I signed up, and I got in, and I phoned Dad. I said, Dad, I got into the hall. Oh, that's good. And I said, the Boilermakers Hall. He said, oh, the wrong hall you went to. But it was iron worker. But anyway, I'm still in the Boilermakers, and Dad taught me the trades. So trades are good for the Métis people, Indigenous people would be into the trades. And there's a lot of women also getting into the trades now, too. So it's not only men out there anymore. It's women could get in there, too, like my daughter. She got in there with the boys and running the impacts and everything. So it's all good, thanks to Dad and teaching us the trades side of life.
And when he says that, I have a daughter that works at Suncor, and she's what you call mechanic, journeyman mechanic, and she's out there in the world of the men. Magasko, like men have come to finally accept the work world of women coming in, but took a while. But the one thing as an Indigenous person, when you're Indigenous, one thing we come to learn in life, and that's to respect the women. And we respect the women because they're the life carriers. And only them can give life, not us men. And men, I think, sometimes are kind of scared of women in that sense. So, but because they're powerful, they're always been recognized as the leaders in our society. And we have to keep that going over there. And when you're out there in the workplace and you're working with women, respect them. because they're the ones that give life. You remember, when you look at a woman that's working in a plant site, think about it. It's a person like that that gave you life while you're standing there that day. And if you think about that, you'll look at our women differently. You'll look at the workplace differently, and make them feel welcome, make them feel comfortable, because they've been so busy giving life to us. We have to give them room. And they're the great thinkers, and they're the great people that will lead us into a better world. So we have to respect them, and that's the way our ancestry always been, where they look at women as the great leaders, and we also have to follow that. We have to bring that back. A lot of that, our teachings like that was taken away, but we have to bring that back and make sure the world understands our women come first. And I just want to say that because Earl kind of opened something here, and I'm really, strong-minded and believe in that kind of life. We got to take a short break. We'll be right back. We're back. For our segment of Convo Cree, Jim Cardinal, for another few minutes. And Convo Cree, I hope you all enjoying our show here, because I'm telling you, like in between our breaks, we're telling a few stories and share some good stories, which we couldn't really talk about on radio because we're beautiful, but we sure had a lot of laughs. Oh, I read it. Always wants to tell a story. Oh, hi.
Okay, I probably have a lot of stories. My name is Irene Berland, and to most of my family here around, I'm known as Mom or Kokum. And then my husband calls me Mom. So a lot of the times, I'm mostly busy in and out of my house, working in and out of town. I don't have a job per se. I'm retired now. And I do speak Cree, and a lot of my time is spent possibly inspiring the youth or the younger generation and try to give them encouragement to their goals. A lot of them have reached their goals, and they've had achievements, graduations. Me and Lawrence are quite blessed to have a large family. We have 25 grandchildren and counting. Some are extended family members. So we are a large family. But most of the time I would need a calculator to count them all. And then there's the friends and the drop-ins. So we're quite a large group of people. But Nehi Onuma, Cree. A lot of times I try to teach the children even one word at a time. But most of the things in our culture is we were taught and raised from the ground up. That means we were taught how to live from an early age. That meant we knew what chores were. We knew what our responsibilities were. And it was like a pecking order. The oldest did the job that he was told to do, and then the next one would do a different job. All on down. I came from a family of 10 children. So everyone had a job in that house, so that at the end of the day, my dad would come home, Mom would have supper ready, and everything was just like, well, we've all seen the Waltons. That kind of family I came from. And also, it was included and blended in with Musqueam, Hobima, First Nation people. They were our friends, our families. They blended, some of the relatives were related to, on my mother's side, from all around Alberta. And then in those days, we were taught, like I say, responsibilities. And the Cree was always a part of our culture and our family. But when I was real young, I ended up in a sanatorium, and I was 6 years old. And I ended up being in the sanatorium for 18 months. But that 18 months took a lot of my life, as far as it tore away a bit of my culture, sort of my Nihion, Bikshwon, my language. I understood it, but I never was to speak in Cree again until I turned 22 years old. I'm 71 now. So I adopted my Cree language. I blended it with my husband's language when I came to Lac La Biche in 1975. I adopted his family's Cree to blend with mine because I understood, so it didn't take much to take that dialect and speak the Cree, and it just worked fine. I speak with my husband now. We tell stories. We travel together. We trap. I also learned how to trap in those last 50 years that I've lived here. My portfolio is quite large. I'm a first-year carpentry, and I'm a business administrative graduate. And I've worked in various community services around Lac-La-Biche. But I love this town, and I love my family. And, that's about all I can say for now. And thank you for having me.
Everyone, great stories. This is what we talk about when we talk about our life stories and where we've been, things we've done, how we blend, how we live together, how we come to know one another, and that's why it's good to marry into the culture that you were born and raised in. Oh my God, we got another story here. Oh my God.
Okay, my name's Lawrence Jr. So growing up as a kid, me and my brothers, there were New Year's, Christmas, there was always a lot of music in the basement and stuff, and we had people coming over, guests, and New Year's one time, one of my dad's friends come over, mom and dad, pure musquays. So we were shooting the guns at New Year's. So it was a big event. Me and my brothers were out there. Oh, right on, let's hurry up, they're going to shoot the guns. So we come out of the basement, or we had a walkout basement, and Pierre Musquays took that 30-30 and right off the hip shot, just like an Old West, he shot the power line. Just one in a million shot. The lights just went bright, just like an arc flash. In the house, me and George, holy smokes, was that part of the effect? What's going on? It's pretty cool. And all of a sudden, the light just went down dim. So the next morning, we went and we looked on the power line. It was just hanging by one strand of wire. We couldn't figure it out and stuff like that the night before, eh? Yeah. And we're like, holy smokes, but, it was pretty funny anyways.
So that's a great story. Yeah, Mom, anything you want to kind of say? Rachel, I've been hiding here. Okay, Rachel, what, you want to say something about what you heard today?
As a Métis woman, very proud of Erin, first of all the girls, and very into seeing all the youth learning about their culture. My dad was Gerald Tom. He's passed now, but he was the past president of the MNA. My mom is Diane Tom. We're actually from Lac-La-Biche, is our hometown. I have 3 brothers, 2 half-brothers. With us as well, we all work in the industry. So we come from a hunting family, trapping family, teaching. We all had, like Irene said, we all had a pecking order. So of course, me as being the only girl in the family and the oldest, I had to, be outside with my dad, helping him haul water, chop wood. Back in the day growing up, and helping with my mom because she had to work as well, and helping to raise my brothers. So, and then of course school and graduating. I as well have probably about 25 years in the oil field industry. I eventually became NCSO, so safety advisor, as well as a EMR. So, yeah.
Oh my God. These stories are not long enough. So everybody, we want to just say bye. And great stories here today. And we're just going a little bit over, but it's okay. Great stories here today. Thank you so much for sharing our time here. And with that, we thank the good Lord in being here today and to be able to tell all our stories.
Thanks for listening to Conversational Cree with Jim Cardinal and Dr. Evelyn Steinhauer. Funding contributions from Canadian Heritage Indigenous Language and Cultures Program.